Hello everybody. I've been asked a few times how I do my hem stitch when I'm starting and finishing a weaving project. I don't think I do anything particularly different from anybody else out there, but I thought it might be helpful just to give a quick video on how it is that I do that. So starting today, I'm just using the same yarn that I've used for weft. So I've not cut anything, I'm continuing where I finished. And today I'm going to be doing 2 warp threads and 2 weft threads. I don't always do it that way. Sometimes I'll do 3 and 3. Sometimes I'll do 3 and 2, 2 and 3, whatever. But I'm using DK yarn on a 7.5 dents per inch heddle. So I think 2x2 will be quite a nice finish for this. So what I do is I come in and I'm going along 2 warp threads and down 2 weft threads. So to start off, I'll come from behind and I'm using a needle like this, which has a curve at the end. I find these quite helpful for doing hem stitching. So I'll go behind and then I'll come up just here, just below that second weft thread. And it's 2 warp threads along. So I'll pull that through. And then I go behind again, but on top, so still behind the 2 weft threads, warp threads, but on top of all of the actual weaving. Then I just wrap that around once. Some people do it twice. I find once is enough. I'll just pull that through. Then pull that tight, and that's 1 stitch done. So I'll just continue like that throughout. It's a very simple stitch, quite meditative, but it gives a nice finish as well. So again, I'm going to go behind 2 warps and below 2 wefts. Pull through, then behind the 2 warps, yarn over and pull through. And I will continue this way across until we get to the end, and I'll show you how I finish that off. So I'm just coming to the last few warp threads. And then the way that I'll finish it off is slightly different. So I've got 4 threads left, so do 1 hem stitch like normal. Then obviously when you come to the end, you go behind your 2 warp threads and you don't have a group of stitches to go through. So what I do, which maybe isn't correct, but it's the way I do it anyway, is I'll pierce that the very end warp thread, just so it's got something to grab onto. This maybe isn't the correct way, the professional way to do it, but it works for me. So I'll just go through like normal, then go behind the 2 warp threads, pull through, and then for a last little step, I just go through that knot that I've just made. And all that does is it just kind of tucks this, the stitching thread, it just kind of tucks it in nicely in a way that doesn't really disturb anything else. So that's it finished. As you can see, it gives it a nice, simple finished edge, and that'll just stop all the warp threads coming loose, and keeps everything nice and tidy. There's many decorative finishes you can do, but the only one I've tried so far is Hemstitch, and I really enjoy just the kind of simple, clean edge that you get from that. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.